Guys, take a look at this. XRP lawyer John Deaton slammed Senator Elizabeth Warren for anti-stablecoin letter. John Deaton, an attorney for XRP, has blasted Senator Elizabeth Warren for her letter to Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury, in a recent statement. The letter voiced worries about terrorist groups and rogue states potentially taking advantage of stablecoins. X was where Deaton went to air his grievances, though. It was pointed out by John Deaton that Senator Warren had the wrong priorities. In X, Deaton said Elizabeth Warren is working hard on behalf of the financial industry, referring to the many problems that Massachusetts is facing, such as illegal immigration, deficit spending, economic disparity, skyrocketing inflation, opioid addiction, increasing taxes, wealth flight, etc. The XRP supporter went on to say that the senator has ignored serious domestic problems, like the ones that have an impact on Steward hospitals. It is a shame she failed to show the same level of concern for domestic issues, such as Steward hospitals, Deaton continued. Alexander Grieve, the government affairs lead at the tech investment firm Paradigm, made the post that prompted the XRP lawyer to make his comments. Grieve included excerpts from Warren's letter to Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury, in an X post. Senator Warren is definitely stepping up her anti-stablecoin letter campaign, according to Grieve's writing. Another one directed at Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury, urging her to advocate for the inclusion of nodes in the DeFi system in the anti-money laundering provisions of any stablecoin law. In addition, the XRP attorney has taken a stand in the Coinbase versus SEC case. Deaton recently told Fox News journalist Eleanor Tourette that in October, he will file an amicus brief representing Coinbase. He went on to say that this transition would occur before he ran for Senate. Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury, received a letter from Senator Warren on April 16, concerned that cryptocurrency could endanger the country's security. She urged swift action. Senator Warren voiced her worries in her letter about terrorist groups and rogue states potentially using digital assets, especially stablecoins. Deputy Secretary Diwalo Wally Adeyemo recently testified before the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, prompting this letter. Deputy Secretary Adeyemo brought attention to the need for more anti-money laundering authorities throughout the hearing in order to combat the illegal use of cryptocurrencies. In addition, the worries expressed by Deputy Secretary Adeyemo were repeated in Senator Warren's letter. Another point it made was how quickly we need to do something to stop criminals from taking advantage of the decentralization and anonymity of cryptocurrency. Senator Warren argued that the whole digital asset ecosystem should be subject to a DFT regulations, referencing a letter to Congress from the Treasury dated November 20, 2023. Miners and validators are examples of payment intermediates. Prompt settlement for Ripple and SEC settlement within the next day. The price of XRP is getting hot. Is it possible that Ripple and the SEC will settle their differences in the following day? The XRP price is taking a beating. Originally published in Coinpedia's FinTech news section. At today's pivotal meeting between the SEC and Ripple, the possibility of a settlement was front and center. Those interested in Bitcoin and potential investors have taken notice of this exclusive meeting. There has been recent activity that suggests talks are currently underway between the two sides. However, the result is still up in the air, especially since the pretrial conference is scheduled to occur. Here's all the information you require. Regularly, under the cover of darkness, the Securities and Exchange Commission convenes its most senior officials, including commissioners and key staff members, for closed-door meetings. The public is not informed about these meetings, regardless of whether they are held in Washington, D.C. Given the gravity of today's meeting, many in the Bitcoin industry are speculating as to the likelihood of a settlement. I don't know the answer to the question, are Ripple and the SEC about to settle? Even though I've heard it asked 100 times. The short answer is yes, that is certainly doable. On the other hand, the SEC could pull out a different trick. On this, the 16th, the SEC and Ripple will have their last preliminary meeting. Case law involving Ripple and the SEC featuring a Twitter photo of Deaton. Despite its many accomplishments, Ripple is facing accusations of violating securities regulations by selling XRP. The SEC's aim to seek more than $2 billion from Ripple is the primary emphasis today, along with the establishment of fines. This hefty fine presents Ripple with a difficult decision. To pay the fine, you can either sell XRP in large quantities, which could lead to a market crash, or you can sell the entire company. In the event that a settlement cannot be reached today, the court will use the responses from Ripple on April 22 and the SEC on May 6 to set the stage for its final conclusion. With Ripple Coinbase's decision to file an interlocutory review in the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, the issue has become even more complicated. The definition of an investment contract is a crucial component that could significantly impact the Bitcoin industry. This appeal is regarding the matter. If this appeal is successful, it might affect other ongoing issues, like the one between Ripple and the SEC by establishing important legal precedent, constraints on the market for XRP. In the face of increased market volatility, the XRP price has been declining and has fallen below key support levels. A number of factors have contributed to this decline, such as concerns over Ripple's quarterly XR token escrow release and the outcome of the litigation. Make sure you look at XR pricing, which has seen its biggest drop. Is today the right time to hold on to Ripple tokens? Derivatives traders' growing interest in XR futures suggests potential price movements are conceivable. This enthusiasm persists even if the economy is in a slump. The expansion of XRPL liquidity pools that are actively participating shows that people are consistently using the network. CoinP of FinTech News was the first to post the article, All Eyes on Ripple V's, despite misgivings. Next, the last considerations for setting the XR price. The price of Ripple's coin. XRP is currently at a crossroads with prices hovering around 50 cents. So I don't understand why. See, the last thing that Ripple has to do with the SEC before their trial is next week. The outcome of this conference could affect the price of XRP to the anticipation of the SWIFT settlement. Nevertheless, the future remains uncertain since the response of the Securities and Exchange Commission to the judge's ruling regarding XRP's security classification remains unclear. At 50 cents, XRP is in a pivotal point. How much further will it go up or down? An examination of XRP's economics, if XRP fails to break beyond the 50-cent mark, it might face downward pressure because of how tough it is to do so. Perhaps the levels of support at 4,717 and 4,188 cents play a part. In contrast, a breakout can trigger a bullish rally that aims to reach 5,310 cents or even higher in the long run. The final pretrial meeting could affect the market dynamics, investor sentiment, and the short-term XRP trajectory. To a large extent, the XRP market is dependent on the verdict of the litigation. After Judge Torres' ruling that XRP is not a security, the cryptocurrency got a little relief. But whether or not the SEC will file an appeal remains an open question. The price of XRP and public sentiment could be affected by any changes to the lawsuit, including talks of a settlement or more transparent regulations. The cryptocurrency market fell sharply over the weekend, with Bitcoin falling as low as $60,979 at one point. The $22 loss for Ripple X5 was also the biggest since August 2023. Despite the negative trend, traders were interested in XRP because it kept support above a key level. The market was in the midst of a volatile period when this phenomena occurred. As a result of the enormous bearish impact that is currently prevailing in the cryptocurrency field, the market leader, Bitcoin, hit a low of $60,979 over the past weekend, and the industry as a whole saw a significant amount of liquidation during this period. That's all for now.